James. I'm the owner of Master St James Black Belt Academy in Plymouth, and I'm also in strategic partnership with Hank Hayes for No Lie Blades UK. Today has been the first introduction to No Lie Blades into the UK, and we've just completed the 3-day apprentice instructor course. We had 8 of us on it, and wow, this is something else. I've been involved in martial arts for 43 years, done Filipino martial arts since 1979. I've done a lot of blade work, I've done a lot of pressure test, scenario-based training in the past, and this tops anything I've ever done. I've gone through Redman training, the works. This tops everything. If you're not doing this sort of thing, you're really not doing what you think is real. So, you know, the blades thing, it doesn't lie. You know, we tried stuff on day one, and after all the years that I've been training, I was looking like a stuck-up pig by the end of it. So, day 3, nothing. And I already understand about reality-based training. But like I say, this the structure of this program and the way it's put together takes you from 0 to hero over that 3-day period. And you know, like I say, if you're not doing it, you're not doing anything.
Let me ask you, you know, we always try to look at what was the biggest thing that, the biggest aha moment, the thing that you said, wow, what was that for you?
Gosh, there were lots of them all the way, all the way through the course. Like I say, the structure of this program is put together so that you get these aha moments all the time. You know, it starts off really simply with just the basic angles of stuff, and you think, oh, I've done this for years, I know all this stuff. I know how to block, I know how to... But as you go through it, elements are introduced that just take what you know to a completely different level. And you bring all that back in day after day into what you're doing, and it just takes your skill level from this point up to this point immediately. And it's done in such a short space of time that you're doing stuff that you, on day 1, you didn't even think about. By day 2 and 3, you're going, ooh, that's made a big difference to what I'm doing. So I'm not going to mention any one in particular. There were absolutely many of them. And I know that every single guy that did this course had their aha moment, probably time and time again, like I did. So, you know, those are, you know, for the price of this kind of course, it's ridiculous. You know, every one of those aha moments is worth the price of the course. So that's how I see it.
I have a final question for you. As a senior level, highly respected, highly skilled instructor as you are, you know, Hall of Fame, what is it, like a half a dozen times, a bunch of different black belts, the first school in the martial arts school in the UK, and still running today with, you know, hundreds if not thousands of students. What would you say to a military or law enforcement command or a close protection company, individuals or civilians that were interested in edge weapons?
You know, the sad reality of today is that knives are a feature on the street. Knives are being used in the battlefield still. That, you know, they're used on the streets of London, streets of Birmingham, streets of Manchester, every street. We have the same problem here in Plymouth. Knives are being used. Just this Christmas gone, we've had a few people killed with knives. You know, to think that it's not going to happen is just stupid. I had somebody say to me the other day that I'd rather spend my time with my competitive trainer to get a trophy than I would to spend my time worrying about a knife. Now, to me, that's just a stupid attitude to take, because they're out there all the time, and you don't know if it's going to happen to you. You don't know if it's going to happen to your son, your wife, your family. You know, you've got to do this kind of thing to appreciate what that knife is capable of. And it doesn't matter if you're on the battlefield fully kitted up. Any idiot can use a knife. It takes nothing to use it. You've got to be smarter than that. You've got to learn how to deal with that attack if ever it comes along. It's kind of like insurance. Nobody likes paying for it, but when something goes wrong, you're glad you've got it. And if you haven't, well, you're paying the price for that. So it doesn't matter whether you're military, law enforcement, and you guys need this more than anybody else. You're the guys who can't run away from the situation. You can't negotiate with the person who's there with that knife. You've got to get in there, deal with them, arrest them, whatever you've got to do to protect the public. And we rely on you to do that. So if you're not doing this, then how are we getting that protection? You need to do this. That's what I would say for anyone in the military, law enforcement. If you're in CP work, you've got a duty to your client. So if you're going to look after your client with any integrity, you've got to be doing systems that put you in a position to be able to do that. For people in the general public, like I said, you don't know when this is going to happen to you. It can happen at any time. So prepare yourself well, prepare your family well, learn something about what edge weapons are capable of doing, and then do something about it.
That's a mouthful of great information for anybody in one of the several, not units, but departments or categories that you mentioned. Well, it was great to train with you, great to finally meet you, and we're so glad that you're going to be heading up the No Lie Blades UK and beyond. So welcome to the No Lie Blades family. We're really proud that you're leading it up, and let's go do some training.
Thank you, Hank. You know, it really does feel like a family. When you put yourself through what you do on these courses, you can't help but get close to the guys that you're training with. That bonds you like anything of this kind of nature does. So thank you, Hank. It really does feel like being part of a family.
That's great.
And you're the head of that family.
That's great. Thanks.